So, taking photographs, playing with it, looking at the light, looking at the shadow, looking at what time of the day you should take photos. I only wish people had 1,000 years to live to wait for the right time, for the right light, for the right shadow, for the right. There is no right and wrong reason in life. Don't polarize it. Taking a photograph means that you don't have to put the subject in the middle. Be sensitive to the very subject you are, that you're a human being. These days, the human sophistication cannot come anywhere close to the machines and gadgets that we have produced. The natural phenomena, the nature's forces, the nature's activities, nature's phenomenal balance of light, darkness, shadows, golden hours, golden colors. All of this is balanced in the way that as a human being, when we are dependent on the existence, and you have been given a little gadget to go out there and capture what you see with your own eyes, is a reflection only because your experience is only happening for you because the light stops. If the light did not stop, your experience of the subject that you're trying to focus with a lens, doesn't matter how big and small your lens is, if the light does not stop on that particular object, the experience is not in your eyes, not in your imagination, or it might be in your imagination, but it's not a reality. Folks, people, photographers, just realize the entire world that you have experienced today is through your sensory organs. Your touch, your sight, your hearing, your smell, and what you have tasted. All of this are outwards. Your sincere and true experience is inwards. So there are all different directions that you can go at. Yet, there's one direction that you need to make for all of the directions that you take. And it's just a one inward step to know what is to become and what is to be alive. It is not the camera that you carry and playing with it all. It is how sensitive are you to life, rather than how sophisticated is your camera. I had been using cameras since a little toddler, and I have used the expensive to the most disposable. And whatever I capture in them is an experience in my sight, yet it doesn't tell you the whole story. To know the whole story, you must become the camera. You must become the living experience of that very moment that was captured in a true or two-dimensional image. Then we kind of explain in words, and yet the true perception of that image cannot be explained in any way, simply because you were not there to know the ambience, the engagement, the realization and the realities of that environment. You could bring it into a studio, and if you've been exposed to so many of those experiences with that subject matter in focus, you could play with it. And that's what different tools does. That you wanted to get as sharp and realize the realities of the given moment of time of the environment. So, let me invite all of the photographers on the planet that I have been taking millions of photos, printed hundreds and thousands of photos, which I have libraries of photo albums at home from over 189 countries at that time, when I was just before 30th birthday. So when there is so much photos and images, every one of them are very different. Every one of them are uniquely different only because I never concluded with a limited identity of myself to take a photo by limiting its dimensions to the environment and the subject that was. Every subject to me is an infinite possibility. I had no subject matter, and I don't have, and I never had a subject matter since I was a little kid, because I never got identified myself. I was only identified as a piece of life, which is fragile, which is mortal. And with this realization, it was possible for me to expand my subject range to an infinite possibility, because the world is not defined with a single identity. It is what you have been defined through your background, your environment, your exposure to life. When you're limited with your understanding of life and wish not to seek or realize the infinite possibilities out there, or infinite. So having said all of this, yes, the photographers out there who loves to play with photos in studios, there's few meditative words that you must adapt to taking photos. Remember, taking photo is that we want to share the realities of our experience, not imaginations of our experiences. Talk to you about more on my next videos.